Welcome to Asking the Podcast, where four friends come together to expound on the everyday life questions that we all have.
From the mundane to the profound, we're here to share our thoughts and insights on all things that make us all human.
Join us as we explore the complexities of relationship and everything in between.
So sit back, relax, and get ready to join the conversations as we dive into the questions that shape our lives.
This is Asking.
Welcome back. Hey, y'all. Yes, welcome back to the Asking Podcast. I don't even know what episode this is now. Honestly.
I think it's 9.
9.
Because we dropped 5 this week, and then it's 7. Because we're dropping episode 6.
Don't confuse me this morning.
Girl. Y'all, it's early in the morning. I don't know. Listen, we back. Yes, we've been consistent. We're here with y'all. So, yeah. So we have some very juicy topics to talk about today.
Yes, Kay actually picked this one.
Okay.
So we're going to let her introduce and her kind of lead the topic of discussion a little bit. Because she's on the hot spot.
Right, because I'm Miss Alexis taking the lead. But, okay. So, I want to ask y'all, how would you allow your partner to have a best friend or a group of friends of the opposite sex?
You want to go first? Or are we going this way?
You want to go first?
I asked the question, so y'all know.
Okay, so are we answering yes or no first and then giving the explanation?
I don't think it's a yes or no answer. If you feel like you can if you feel like you could choose, then yes, and you're explain. But if you feel like you don't have an either or, then explain too. So.
Okay, I'm gonna say yes, and I'm gonna say that outside of just being situational, because everything is situational. I'm gonna say yes because I've allowed it in the past. But I also feel like, of course, there's certain boundaries to it. So for me, I do kind of want to see that relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to see how they are. Everybody who I've dated and been with in the past has always had a female best friend. And I've had male friends, but I don't disclose as much because I do feel like it can make that other person uncomfortable. So I don't know if that make me bad, but I don't really disclose my other guy friends, and normally they know if, I'm in a relationship, then they don't really reach out as much. I reach out to them, if anything. But I also kind of feel like it plays into somebody's ego. Like, I really see, how they are, like, if they're really mature enough to be in a situation like that. And I feel like if they're not, then I probably wouldn't be able to date them.
Yeah, I agree. A lot of people aren't mature enough for that. I don't mind it. Like, as long as, the boundaries are there, you respect my relationship, like you said, don't be calling me all the time or calling him all the time. I think boundaries have to be in place because it's different, you having opposite sex friends when you're in a relationship versus when you're out of a relationship. I haven't really dated too many guys who have female friends, and vice versa. I don't really have a lot of male friends. But I wouldn't mind it as long as they're respectful and boundaries are there. I see it as sister and brother, pretty much. Depending on how long they've been friends, that's probably considered their sister. And I have dated guys who've had older sisters and younger sisters, so I see it as the same dynamic. I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I agree. If you've never given me a reason to feel anyway, I've never been in a situation, but I feel like I go into any situation with a blank slate. So it's I don't see a problem with it. I know, a lot of people frown upon it or whatever, but I don't know. I feel like we definitely should just trust each other. And just keep, like you said, set those boundaries, and I'm good. I don't really care. I mean, I have a boy best friend, so I don't know. And it's strictly platonic, so I think it's possible.
That's the key word though. It's very situational for me. And it's not even so much of it has to be maturity on all parties. It got to be maturity from the friend, from the partner, and from you, because I don't want somebody to be my partner's best friend if there's ever been any type of feelings, but that person needs to be honest with themselves. Have I ever felt anything towards this person? And they're in a relationship. Because at that point, that person needs to be mature and be like, I can't be your friend because you're in a relationship and I have X, Y, and Z for you. And then with the it's just the whole, if you have a certain relationship with that person that you can't give to me, then that's the maturity where it comes from the partner. Like, you feel more comfortable confiding in this person and doing things with this person that you don't do with me. So those type of things would make me say no. But then, like I said, if everybody playing a part, everybody has their respect, then yeah, I'm fine with it. I love co-ed friendship, honestly, because they'll be the best times. Like when it's a group of people, like when we were in college and it was mixed in, girls and boys, like we had fun. So I like hanging out with guys. Like, it's cool.
Yeah. I feel like it could be a double-edged sword too, though, when you like co-ed, mixing friends like that. Because then when shit happened, hit the fan, somebody into somebody else, and it's like, okay, one person gonna go vent to another person that's in a group, and then it's like, are y'all gonna be messy together, or the other person gonna stay neutral? Like, it can get real sticky, but that's why I say it's a double-edged sword. But I agree.
I feel like I was telling you, Alexis, I don't even know how this conversation had came up one day, but it's actually really hard for me to have male friends. I would say I really only got like one, like one who's still holding on by a thread. Because for me, I feel like whenever you look a certain kind of way or you have a specific body type, you automatically, I feel like, get sexualized. Yeah. So for me, it is kind of hard to determine whether or not they're really trying to be friends or if they're trying to play the long game. And I've had some guys like 5-6 years later would be real cool, and then they start saying certain stuff, and I'm just like, no, fam, like, I don't really like that. But it's like, we've been friends for so long, it's just kind of like, do I look over it or do I say something? And I remember asking one of my like true guy friends, do I say something? He was like, sometimes that feeds into their ego. And I'm like, okay, I don't know, like, I'm not gonna backtrack my answer, but I feel like if it's a childhood thing, like y'all been friends since high school, which I have had guy friends like since middle school, high school, like we just grew up together, that's something different. But I feel like if it's something where y'all just became quote unquote best friends in the past year or two, I'm gonna be looking a little sideways, like why? You know, like it's still kind of new. Like what y'all went through, how y'all met. If y'all say y'all met at work, I don't know if I would believe that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep my third eye open.
Oh, definitely, because she was definitely calling him her work hubby. If
okay,
they became friends
like,
at work.
I don't know. I just feel like certain, like you said, it is situational. Yeah. Certain things I would automatically trust, and certain things I'm gonna just be like, I don't trust that. But I'm gonna keep my eye open, and then I'm gonna want to be there.
Oh, for sure.
Right. Like you meet every friend.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
key phrase, like you meet every friend. It's like it shouldn't be an issue with me meeting her. I meet all your guy friends. I meet everybody else. So yeah, you'll be able to pinpoint certain things that's like, y'all moving a little funny, this weird. But I think we all go into it like, okay, that's cool, you know. But we got that third eye open for sure.
And I feel like even with childhood best friends, though, I feel like that at some point those be the ones that actually turn into something. So I don't know. I really can't even say like, oh, me and him. That's been my brother since we was in the 3rd grade. Cause they'll be the ones.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I was about to kind of challenge that. I'm like, girl, but sometimes those are the ones that's the most intimidating because they really feel like, yeah, I know him. And you don't know nothing, and you knew him, and then years later they end up getting married. That's the long game.
True, but I feel like I was that friend. Like I used to get so jealous with one of my guy best friends growing up because I was his first friend, and he was bringing in new people. And me being young and dumb and immature, I was just like, who is this little heifer? Like, but what's crazy is it also caused wedge in a lot of my female relationships because they felt like he was telling me stuff of which he was about their relationships, and you know, it's kind of like they felt like they couldn't be friends with me anymore because I knew too much about their personal life, which I never disclose anything. I know I keep certain secrets with me to the grave, but I was just kind of like, that's why sometimes I feel like I kind of don't disclose who I'm friends with unless it's like, I don't know, like y'all my best friends, so y'all would know if it was somebody like, okay, so you dating him and I'm friends with him, but y'all know my guy best friends or whatever. But certain people, I just kind of try to keep that under wraps. I don't know. Because y'all remember in middle school when it was just like, oh, that's my best friend, that's my brother. And that was really like,
brother word.
Like, some people don't take heed to that, like, up front. I don't know. So I just try not to disclose it.
It does seem like it's more frowned upon when women have guy best friends versus guys having girl best friends. Like, and I feel like that's why you probably don't really disclose it, because a lot of dudes that's not mature automatically like, oh, she fucking him, or she, you know what I'm saying? So that sucks though, because you should be able to, you know what I'm saying? But also, question, do you hide it? Even say if the guy is you're about to hang out with the guy, or he's about to be around a lot more often, do you disclose it then, or do you just not say anything?
I don't say anything. Like, I don't have, so here's what I guess I would find disrespectful and something I wouldn't do. So I know we had watched this, I think TikTok or whatever, and the girl was like, she was hanging out with her best friend and she put it on her story. I would never do that. If I do, it would be in close friends. Like, that person wouldn't see. Because I do kind of feel like in some instances that could be a little, I can see how it could look disrespectful to people who don't know your relationship.
Yeah.
You know, like, if we're together, you my girlfriend, whatever, and I see you hanging out with her, and Kay don't know us and does not realize, it can look, you know, yeah, like, oh, who is that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I ain't seen her before, kind of a deal. And I feel like I wouldn't want, not to say that I care about other people's opinions, but I wouldn't want somebody to, you know, kind of thinking that, like, that energy, I just wouldn't want that, period. And then, too, like, if I'm hanging out with them, I'm not going to hang out with them with just me and him. If I have a guy friend, out of respect for my partner, they would be in the same room together. Like, it's not going to be me and him going to hang out and do this, that, and the third. I find that disrespectful. I feel like that's where my boundary kind of lies. I don't know if that's immature or not yet. Like, if that partner has something to say about it, we can have a conversation. But I just feel like, out of respect for me, I don't even want that thought or those lines to be blurred, no matter how long y'all was friends.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I feel that because I wouldn't let my boyfriend hang out with a girl alone. Outside of his sister and his mama, I'm fine with y'all being friends, but like you said, hanging out alone, I'll come or have somebody else there. Y'all other
like
friends.
making a group activity.
But y'all just go into the carnival together, and like you said, that will raise questions.
That's so random.
Well, where else would y'all go? Out to lunch?
Right, trying to figure out where y'all
out
going.
I mean, it's a bunch of stuff y'all can do, but either way, like, it just don't make sense. The only time I can see it making sense is if it's a funeral. Like, one of y'all's friends died and y'all going to the funeral. But even then, I would see myself being there in support unless I just couldn't make it.
But even the funeral, gotta be their other friends there.
Exactly.
Like, who died?
Like,
why we going together?
I feel that.
It gotta be someone they mutually knew.
Have y'all ever had a guy best friend that y'all end up liking?
No, I haven't.
I think with me, that's part of the reason why I don't have guy best friends. Because if I like you, I like you. Like, if I don't know, I just don't really have guy best friends. But I feel like Guys, it is like a difference between guys having friends and us having guy friends. It's their ego. And I already know a lot of guys will not go for you being out alone with just your guy best friend.
I don't mind.
Just going out alone.
I really don't mind. Like, but I don't know if that has to do with my sexuality at all. But I don't really mind. I can't really. I don't want to say yes or no if I was with a guy, but like me being with a woman, I don't really care. It doesn't really bother me. But when you say going to the carnival, I just pictured them at the carnival, and I'm like, the carnival is a little weird. It's just a little. It can be weird, but also it's what we're putting in our head. The picture that we're putting in our head, it really could be like a platonic thing. So I don't know. I just really try to be understanding. So I don't really mind. As long as you ain't put nothing in me to make me not trust you, I don't care. Right. Have your friends. Right. Have your friends, because I ain't gonna do everything with you. So, yeah.
So what if the guy and the girl, or vice versa, what if, like earlier I said, if he's giving more into her, because like you said earlier, you're the new person on the block. What if you the new person on the block and they was friends, they was here before you? Would that deter you from wanting to continue a relationship with that person? Because that's almost situational too, because it's like that person's used to confiding in that person, and you're the new person on the block. They're still in the process of getting to know you. So would that make you feel some type of way?
What specifically? Like them knowing each other for so long and me being
so like what if so if I was dating someone and he already had this friend, and like let's just say we are all out one time, and he's like, he mentioned something, oh yeah, because remember when I went through blah 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 blah, and she's like, oh yeah, I remember you talking about that, but I don't know what they're talking about. And it's like, oh, she knows something that I don't know that happened once we got together. And it's like, and then his defense is, well, I'm used to always confiding in her. We only been dating for a few months. Like, what if?
I think I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Because I dated guys who have sisters that have known each other since their whole lives. And I've been like the outsider of, oh, they know this joke. But I see, like I said, I see, like, their friends as, like, sisters and brothers. Like, y'all are my sisters. So it's just, like, if that's his sister, then it's understandable, whether that's biological or just they've been knowing each other for a long time. They are close and built that relationship, and me and him are just going to have to be close and build that relationship as well. But also, like, allow him that space to do that. And you coming in being mad just because this person you know for 15 years knows something you don't after 3 months is unreasonable.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. With the timing the example you gave, yeah, it's like, okay, girl, you still friends. You only been talking for a few months. You ain't gonna know everything, but you do want to. You'll just keep noting. You'll be able to see, like, if he does start to feel more comfortable with you and open up to you more, versus if he don't, then it's like, okay, why isn't he? You know. But I feel like there will be things that, you know, that's their lane. That's their relationship. As long as he's vulnerable and good with you, then I feel like it's fine. I don't feel like I should have to know every single thing.
I think I do get what you're saying, though, as far as, especially if you're in, like, kind of a public space with them, and it's like people asking questions, and let's just say you're the girlfriend, like, y'all not even dating, you the girlfriend, and it's just certain stuff you don't know that the other person knows. But I feel like even through, like, dating, after a while I kind of know my place. Like, you're in that person's life at a different point in time, so I feel like what I would know or would want to know is from what is now to what's the future. Not too much on their past. Like, yeah, I want to know your past as far as what built you and everything, but I'm here to build new memories with you. I'm not trying to expound upon what anybody else got, and I'm not trying to be the bro with you. Like, yeah, you know, like, I want to know all about that situation. I want that, you know. So it's like I'm here from now to the future. So what I want to know is like your ideology. Like we can have conversations on like, you know, cross different stories and stuff like that, but I don't think I would feel any kind of way. I have had that happen to me before, and I have felt a way, but I feel like the context in that situation was just a little bit different because I feel like sometimes people try to play in my face. And that's when I feel like, you know, when you talk about boundaries, like people try to test you, and I automatically pick up on that.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, you know when she's like, it's like a feeling. Also, certain things that they say, the way they look, or especially if they keep like picking, or like everything that y'all talk about, they talk about something in the past. They try to bring it up like, you remember when you were. It's like, okay, girl, I know what you're doing. Like, it's like she's trying to solidify her spot. Baby, if you gotta do that, then that's too much.
Yeah, that I have a problem with. I've also been in a situation where it's like they don't speak to me. They be having their own conversation, and then I'm just like, maybe she doesn't know what to say, or this is that and the third. But me and my sometimes passive aggressiveness, like I have to kind of get over, like, you know, control myself and my own emotions, because I'll be real quick to say, if we can't have a conversation that includes everybody, it don't need to be had.
Seriously.
Like, I feel like that's
Seriously.
disrespectful, and I've had to check that other person on that. Like, if you can't have a conversation that we can all indulge in, now I can understand if it was females having a conversation about love and hip hop, and they talking about sports, that I can understand. But if it's just you and him, I'm not trying to talk to your man. I don't know.
And why are you?
No, like if we doing double dates or whatever, and I've had that happen before.
I agree. I think it is an adjustment. Like I said, like versus him being single, now he's dating. I feel like his female friends got to adjust to that respectfully, include me in the conversation.
Right. Yes, they just like we have to adjust to them having a big girl best friend. They need to adjust to the fact that now he has a woman in his life. You know, like leave space for me. Yeah,
Right.
don't try to fill up all that space.
Okay, so to reiterate, have y'all ever had let's just say not even a guy friend or friend of the opposite sex, but even the same sex that you kind of started liking after a while? Like you realize, wow, this person is like really here for me, and you tried to shoot your shot and it didn't work, or you know, it worked.
So I will say, I don't think I've ever had too many guy friends that I ever liked like that, because they be too silly for me to like that anyway. But I actually met this guy recently, probably a few months ago, and I had when I met him, I knew I was physically attracted to him, but I'm also gonna wait until I could read the room and catch the vibe before I know if I like them, because they gotta like me too. So when I first met him, I gave him my business card, my travel agent business card, and we started talking or whatever. Told him about the podcast. He definitely likes our podcast, watches it all the time, and every time we have conversations, when I tell y'all, they be lasting like for hours. Like they laugh. They're very long, lengthy conversations, and it be so natural and flowing. And it be the ones that we have in person, not even through text or whatever, because we really don't even text like that. But I felt like based off of our most recent conversation that we had, I was like, let me just go ahead and shoot my shot. Because, like, I'm like, okay, well, I wouldn't even consider us really as, like, friends, because I don't know what to, like, y'all, I ain't never been in the point where I'm like, I don't know what to call it. Like, it's just, I ain't never really honestly had a crush on somebody like this either. So, it's like, I don't know how to move. So, I was like, well, let me shoot my shot. Y'all, I shot my shot, and I don't know if I missed. I don't know if I read the room wrong, but I didn't get the response that I wanted. So it's like, do I go back to being his friend? Can I even be his friend now? Because he know I like him, and I know I like him. So can you even go back to being a guy friend after you done admitted to liking them?
It's just a little
hard.
dicey.
Yeah. That's
I
so
think it depends.
hard.
It hasn't been that long. I feel like you can.
Yeah.
Y'all haven't known each other that long.
I know. That's why I'm like, no, we ain't even friends. But it's like, are we gonna just jump back into having like our little combos
Yeah.
regular now that he know that I like him?
Y'all do that. But the thing is, if y'all do that, you just gonna continue to like him. Because, I mean, that's why you started liking him. Because of those conversations. So that
Right.
is so hard.
That is hard because this man, like aside from him, even like the physical attraction was just like that was just like the start. But as I started talking to this man, I'm more attracted to his mind than him as a person, like him physically. And I'm telling you, like, I like talking to this man, so I don't know. I'm like, dang, I might have just messed up. I could have just kept being his friend.
It would have got here eventually.
Right,
Oh,
it would
yeah,
have
for
came
sure.
out. Because
Right.
it wasn't no fighting no more for me. I was just like,
It is what it is. It could be right person, just wrong time. You never know.
Yeah, it might come back around.
he gonna have to make it come.
I was
I'm not
gonna
shooting
do
another
that.
Yeah, the ball's in his court.
Yeah.
I'm not shooting another shot, yeah. Because I when I tell y'all, I missed the backboard and everything. It didn't even bounce off the rim, child. I
It went
straight
over
aired it. It was in the bleachers.
Oh my god. See, my experience is opposite with like having a guy best friend. I've only had one, and it's literally just been that. They ain't never been no secret little nothing where he would say something that made me feel like, hold on now, or anything like that. Then maybe maybe a month or two ago, a few months ago, he was like, you wanna go to this symphony thing? It was like they were playing Beyonce at first, but it's the way he told me. Like, he kind of told me how a dude would tell his girl, like, let's go on a date. He didn't say let's go on a date, but he was just like, what you doing this day? Let's do this. And I was like, oh, how much is it? He was like, no, I ain't asked you all that. Don't worry about all that. Or do you want to go? But it still didn't make me feel like, it was like, this my bestie. He trying to take me to go see some other than that symphony. I'm down. Like, it's just never been that way. And we've been best friends for like, I don't know, maybe like 7-8 years. So, yeah. Or maybe that's too many years. Maybe 6. I don't know. It's been a minute. We met at work too, but it's just never gotten to that point. So, yeah.
That's right.
I've never had that situation where I liked a guy friend, because I really never had guy friends before. I mean, I have a lot of family, maybe that's why, and I grew up with all girls and my sisters, and maybe that's why too. But I feel like maybe something has started platonic, and I was like, yeah, I like you, and I just take it how it goes. Like you said, I try to gauge it, shoot my shot. If it goes left, I pretty much exited the situation.
She don't remember you.
Like, I'm gonna just move on and go to someone that actually feels the same way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, to me, it only makes sense. Like, if you don't have those feelings for me, yes, it can come back around. But maybe my person is out there passing me by while I'm waiting on you coming back around. So I'm going to move on and get to that person, the next person. Because a lot of people are fine. I probably like a lot of people's intellect. But just because that aligns doesn't mean everything else aligns. And I don't know. I just move on.
Yeah.
If they say no, I expect the no. You know, like, I expect it to go either way. Like, I don't get my hopes up.
Mm-hmm.
So if they say no, all you can do is respect that if they don't feel the same way. But I'm also mindful that a lot of friendships like that turn into something romantic. Those 15, 20, 10-year friendships sometimes turn romantic. So you do have to be careful about that.
I do have another situation, but go ahead, Pooh.
What you gonna say?
No, did you have something to say? Go ahead.
I mean, well, I feel like for me, I feel like 3 different scenarios. Like, I say one, like, real good guy friend who I know I can call, like, whenever I need or whatever. And it's just, like, we've been cool since freshman year of college. And, you know, it's just, it is what it is. He's not my type at all. And then I've had situations where it's like we started as friends, but then they started acting weird and funny to me. So it's just like, I'ma just you know, keep you in my life for certain reasons. But other than that, like, don't call or text me outside of that. And I be cussing people out. And that's why I'm like, look, after I cuss you out, you still don't get it, whatever. But just buy me some McDonald's or something. But then I've had the instance where, and y'all know this person, was like close, hard best friends with them, like all throughout college. And then I expressed my interest. And I thought it was going to go somewhere, and then we're, like, no longer friends at all. I haven't spoken to that person or talked to them since, like, 2017, I want to say, or 18, something like that.
You know this person?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. And it was, like, very heartbreaking because I talked to this person every single day. And for me, I feel like one of the main reasons why I didn't shoot my shot was because I was afraid that if it didn't go right, then I would lose that person as a friend. And me having them in my life was more important to me than anything else at one point. But I tried it, and it was just like, I don't know. But I feel like God, you know, had me move that opportunity out the way for a reason, because like once I actually sit down and thought about it, it would have never worked out. But I knew that I loved that person like a lot, and I was just like, well, maybe, you know, people always say, oh, you married your best friend, and I don't know. I thought that was a scenario. Now I don't think so. Like, not to say that my husband or whoever won't be my best friend, but it's in a different capacity. You know what I'm saying? Like, my best friend, I can love you, but I don't have to like you. Like, my best friend, I feel like I gotta like you, you know, for more than sometimes I love you, if that makes sense. Like, I don't want to, when I love somebody, I can argue with you, you can hurt my feelings and everything, but I'm still gonna love you. If I like you, you hurt my feelings too many times, you gone. Like, it's a difference for me. So, yeah.
Because I just thought about when I was thinking about, when I was telling y'all about my boy best friend, it made me think about this other situation that I've kind of been going through for some years now. This person isn't my best friend. This person is actually my ex. But what had happened was, over the years, I've noticed, I told somebody this story. Over the years, I've noticed that I'll be on Instagram and then we don't follow each other. And I'm like, mind you, with me and this ex, it is platonic now. You know, like, first of all, we rarely talk, but when we do, like, it's like we never left, you know, like, we really locked in, like, we cool. And so we'll talk on Instagram a little bit, like, very sporadically. But I started noticing that we weren't following each other. So, like, I'll be like, okay, follow, whatever. But then a few days later, I'll see that person on my For You page, and we still don't follow each other again. Like, and not just them not following me, we both not following each other. So I was like, hold on now, 2 + 2 is 4. Like, what? How is this happening? So the only thing I came up with was somebody is blocking me from that page and then unblocking me. And then it makes us unfollow each other, right? So that was going on for a while, and then maybe like a year ago, we talked or whatever, and I was like, hey, I don't know what's been going on with our Instagrams, but something ain't right. And so she was like, I think it's my girlfriend. Like, she be blocking people from our page and just all this crazy stuff. And I was like, okay. So, but she was like, I don't want her to do that to you, like, because we really cool, we really friends, me and on that. I was like, I know. But come to find out, y'all, recently, this time, I was like, I had just followed her again, right? But then something had happened, and I went to look for her page because I think my cousin was telling me I need to see something on her or whatever. So I was going to go look, and I couldn't find the page.
So you still blocked.
Oh, I'm blocked now. Like, it ain't just like a block and then unblock. No. the girlfriend completely blocked me. But what's the whole point of me telling this story is like, why? How did that happen? Because me and her, we barely talk. We don't really talk. So I was like, is she just going to block random girls? But that don't make no sense because she still follows all of my cousins.
Well, at the end of the day, you were an ex at one point.
I was
Even
an ex.
though y'all's relationship now is platonic, that means that anytime anything can trigger what was once before. So if I was the girlfriend, I'm blocking you too. Well, I mean, like, I'm not. That's toxic. I'm gonna talk to my girlfriend about my feelings. That I understand it's platonic now, but at the end of the day, y'all were once a thing. So I don't think that that's respectful for you to have a relationship, a friendship with somebody who you once had a thing with.
Naomi got a question. A deep dive. Are y'all really going through y'all significant other's phone?
No, I have before, but it was because of the shit I was put through. But that wasn't something that I just started to do on my own.
Right.
Like, yeah, I was being cheated on. And so, but I would never go into a relationship like that. No.
Right, no.
Yeah, like,
I
You gotta give me a reason.
yeah.
I feel like I'll break up with that person instantly, regardless of whether it was something or not. Like, you don't go through my phone and block people out my life. If you have an issue with it, you come
Talk
and let
to
me know.
Yeah.
But on the flip side of that, I do feel like once that door was popped open, it is hard to close it back. I mean, y'all already know I had an ex from college or whatever. They was like, oh, they gonna leave that person out. Now they got a whole baby by him. So it's like, what the heck? You know, like, huh? How that? Who? Like, I'm just, okay.
Yeah.
So once that door has always kind of been open, I feel like that window slithering is going to always kind of be cracked. Like y'all had some type of emotion there. So I can understand that person not communicating with you at all. You may not see it as anything, but even saying happy birthday to some people, like if you my ex, it ain't no reason for me to keep conversating with you. And if I am, it's for a small reason that maybe one day, like some people kind of think like that, maybe because that's what they would do. And then just because you might be mature about the situation doesn't mean that the other person is at one point.
It sucks. It's a slippery slope because I feel like I'm just not doing it. But then also, it's always that gray area. I also don't know what they're going through in their relationship. I don't know how my ex is treating that girl. So maybe that's why she's acting that way. So that's why I said it's like you just never really know. But it just sucks because I know what it really is. And so I just definitely try to, like, with anything I have moving forward, like, I'm really trying to just really be understanding and, like you said, just communicate. I don't feel like, though, with the situation of, you know, if you're an ex, you can't talk to her. I don't agree with that. I feel like it's situational. Because this is basically my situation. If we together again, basically, and this ex or girl that you're talking to, if you stepped out on me with this girl and we know you stepped out on me with her and you still talking to her, then it's like, no. Why are you still talking to her? But if this is just an ex, I really don't mind. Like, if she never gave me a reason to feel uncomfortable in my relationship, cool, fine. Y'all could genuinely really just be friends. Just don't give me a reason to make me feel like, or don't make me stupid or make me look stupid. Or just don't play with me. And then we good. So,
but do you feel like certain things you kind of leave the door open for things to happen, allowing certain things to take place?
like what?
Like you said, for example, you know, if you and your significant other together and they're somewhat cool with their ex, that could also in the future possibly leave the door open for something else.
I don't want to think like that though. But I agree. But I'm trying not to think that way. Like me and my person, we're in this relationship right now. I want to think about the present. I don't want to think like, ooh. I feel like it's so calculated. It's like, damn, if they stay friends, what if me and her don't work out? What if me and her get into it and then she go talk to her? Like, I don't think about that. Like, and that's why I just really, really want a partner that's really gonna have me, like, make me feel good. So good to the point where I don't have to have these calculated ass Virgo ass thoughts. Because I have enough going on in this crazy mind. So it's like, just do right. Like, just do right and communicate. And we won't have these calculated ass thoughts like, ooh, if you stay friends with this person, then y'all fuck before it. It may be good. So what if, is it better than when we do it? Like, I don't want to think about it. But I agree, it does. We have those thoughts. And it really sucks.
Yeah, I feel like it does leave the door open a little bit because, everything can be good and kosher. And that's why it's so important to have a foundation in your relationship and to communicate, because that first fight, and then you fight again, vice versa, that person may be thinking, let me hit up so-and-so, they understand me.
Yeah.
And that's how it gets started.
Yeah.
But I feel like you do have to have a certain level of trust. And like you say, you know what it is, especially if that your ex-girlfriend, her girlfriend looking at the Instagram DM, she can see the conversations y'all talk about.
Yeah.
So I think in that scenario, it's just very unhealthy.
Yeah.
She's probably not only blocking you, but every attractive female on her Instagram.
Yeah.
And that's sad. It sounds a little unhealthy and controlling.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you said it. I ain't gonna say it.
That's really how it sounds. And
Yeah.
if I was in that relationship, I would feel control.
Yeah.
Like, it's Instagram, you see my messages, and then I have to show you my messages.
Why are you logged into my Instagram?
Mhm. Why do I have to block people? Why can't I just cease communication?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I ain't that trusting.
We trying to get there.
No, like I'm saying I'm not that trusting to have my partner like look through my phone like that. Like, it's
You
not
have
that
to
I'm
do
trying to
that,
hide
yeah.
anything, but I don't go through my stuff. Like, it's like reading my personal diary when I was 10. Like, don't go through it. I just feel like it's a little weird. But then again, too, I'm also not that trusting as far as you being friends with your ex, like, or not. I won't even say being friends, but like you still kind of being in certain communication with your ex, because even if you're the mature person, like you said, you can't control somebody else's actions. And I don't want to ever have to come back because I know how crazy I am, and I'll check a bitch without you even knowing. And I probably would at that point go and block. Like, no, I handled the situation. I pulled up on homegirl. I handled it. You know, like, I don't even want to be in that type of situation at all. So I feel like it's just better to kind of have that door closed. But I'm not gatekeeping that. I feel like that's up to you. But if you allow for that person to kind of come back up and, you know, slither their way back up being disrespectfully, then, yeah, we're going to have more than one problem forward and back.
Yeah, but if you have a mature fucking partner that has those boundaries, if she come in and she do some dumb shit, you won't have to check her. He will. He'll block her himself, or he'll be like, "That one cool. We not talking no more." But it's like, it's not a lot of those people in this world.
That's why you gotta be careful who you get in a relationship with.
I wouldn't even say it's that. So I'll actually tell y'all currently, one of the guys was like his ex from his friends. Like, not, he didn't say anything. He has no communication with her. She found out, I guess, that he's dating me and had an issue with that based off what somebody else told her. So it's like, at that point, that person had no, you know, the person you dating has no communication with them, but they finding out through other people. And it was causing like some problems and fictions. Like, you know, they kind of coming up with, who the hell is this person? And it got back to him. And it was like, you know, because then it's like, at that point, do you reach out to that person and tell them to stop? Because that's probably what they want to happen. And I think I told y'all that too. Like, one of my ex-friends, I'm calling him an ex-friend at this point, is a whole married. And reached out to me about something. And I'm just like, what the fuck? And I remember asking my true guy friend, like, I kind of want to say something. Like, I want to reach back out, like, that's disrespectful. And they were like, nah, because that's what they want to do. Like, some people like opening that door for argument because it seems like, well, oh, let me see you in person. You know, like that, it just opens up a door. People's motives be so crazy to me.
That's crazy. That is, when you told us about that, I was like, wow, the boldness.
Yes.
The boldness.
It's wild.
Some guy, and it makes me feel like bad. Not sorry, but bad for the wife.
I swear.
It sucks.
There's this one man constantly in my DMs, and I thought I blocked him, but I feel like he made another page. and what's crazy is I planned their honeymoon.
Lord,
I'll give it
jeez.
to God.
Oh.
She said, give it to
It
God.
will come to light. They
I
probably reaching
never-
out to a
I
couple
never
people.
reply. I never react to it. And I'm just like, I'm about to, and I'm not finna, it's not my place to tell your wife nothing. Because both of them follow me because like I was interacting with both of them to plan the honeymoon. And I swear, like, I feel like I blocked him and I don't, but I'm finna, I'm actually gonna go back and do it again. And because I don't know what happened, but I just don't, I feel like, yeah, and don't stop, I need y'all to stop using our businesses to get in contact with us.
Woo, baby.
Because
I don't
people
like
be
that.
acting like they gonna book a trip with me and they start talking and the trip is never booked. And they just, at this point, y'all just want my number.
Don't play with my money.
Okay.
Right.
Like, oh, I want you to do my resume for me. Can we set up? No. Can I like your business? Can we? No. No. Mm-mm.
Listen.
You see the links?
Yes.
Donate.
If you really trying to talk to me, actually use my services.
Go ahead, yeah, book that trip.
Book that trip and then try to talk to me. Well, don't be booking no trip for you and your girlfriend or you and your wife. And
And then, oh my God, when I tell, I ain't gonna put my clients out there like that. I just had to throw in that little one situation. But some of y'all,
His
know,
name is.
I keep screenshots. I have screenshots from 2016. I'm a memory hoarder. I got them categorized too. I am petty. There is no match for me. I wish somebody would come up to me and be like, "You doing X, Y, and Z?" No. Here's the file folder.
No. Dated August 2022. Let's go back to it. Click on it. Yep. Here it is, Exhibit A. Oh,
There's the number 2. I clicked
Exhibit
on
A.
so you can see the number. I ain't playing. Girl, I wish somebody would.
Yeah, no, it's really sad out here, and I am so big on karma. So I'm just stating this for the public to see. If you have a girlfriend or a wife, I will never be okay with being your side bitch or sneaking around with you because I believe in karma. How you get them is how you lose them. So stop it.
Absolutely.
Stop it.
I don't believe in that.
I don't believe in that. Stop it.
I think that's the perfect way to end this episode. What's
Say
your thing? We gonna start name dropping.
He worked here.
I mean,
He used to live.
This is one of his friends from back in the day. Y'all know him? No.
That's why I always prefer for the wife or the girlfriend to reach out to me. Cause listen,
That's sad.
yeah.
That's really sad.
cause I don't want my business being tarnished because you out here trying to be a thought pocket.
Ooh.
I ain't heard that talk.
I heard that a long time.
Oh, we used to say that back in the day. But yeah.
Yes, this was a great conversation, ladies. I hope y'all enjoyed it.
Hope y'all.
Yes, leave your comments below. Tell us, do y'all have best friends of the opposite sex or same sex? If you like what you like. And let us know how it worked out or if it didn't. Because we're going to be reading it. We want to hear what y'all got to say. Follow us on all social media platforms. And yeah, ladies. We out, y'all. And that's a wrap for this episode of Asking. We hope you enjoyed our discussion and gained some new insights into the everyday life questions that we all face.
Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment to let us know what you think. Follow us at Asking the Podcast on all platforms.
We love hearing from our listeners and appreciate your support.
Until next time, keep being curious and asking questions.
This is Asking.